Today we're making gluten-free fresh strawberry pie. If you have never had strawberry pie, you are in for such a flavor explosion of strawberries. So let's get started. In a small saucepan, we're going to combine sugar with cornstarch and whisk that until smooth. And then we add strawberry puree, which is just about a cup of your strawberries blended until smooth, along with some water. And we're going to bring this to a boil over medium heat. And once it's brought to a boil, we need to let this boil for at least 3 minutes, or about 3 minutes. And the reason it takes so long is that's how long it's going to take the cornstarch to properly do its thing and provide the thickening that we want for this recipe. And as always, you will find this recipe, a link for this recipe, in the description box below. So now that it's properly thickened, remove it from the heat. And we're going to add a box of strawberry jello, dry strawberry jello mix. And what I like to add, which is a little bit unusual, is a spent vanilla bean pod, which is basically just a vanilla bean pod that's been already scraped for its seeds for a different purpose. And I save it, and this is some rose water, just a tiny amount. It's like 1/8 to a quarter of a teaspoon. And whisk that up. You don't have to add the vanilla bean pod or the rose water. I just find they make a different flavor that is, you don't really know what it is, but it just makes the pie. So once it's been cooled, remove the vanilla bean pod and throw that away. You won't get any more use out of it. And then if you're like me and you're trying to conserve on dishes, you could try to put all of your 3 pounds of strawberries into this small saucepan. But then when you try to stir it and you find out it doesn't work, then quit being lazy, like I am, and get a bowl, a large bowl, and dump it all in the bowl. Like I said, I hate doing dishes, so I was trying to conserve on dishes, but I needed to just give in and put it all in a large bowl. And of course I pick a red bowl too. That doesn't help you see the strawberries. But anyway, I don't know what I was thinking this day. Mix the strawberries and the syrup together. And then we're going to put it in a pie shell. And if you've never made my gluten-free perfect pie crust, I'll put a link for that above. It is the best pie crust ever. I kid you not. Pour the whole thing in the pie crust, and guess what? You are done with the pie now. Smooth it out and put it in the fridge, and that's it. You could serve this as is once it sets up, but I like to serve it with a little bit of whipped cream on top, freshly whipped cream. Another way to do this pie is to arrange the strawberries decoratively in the pie crust, and then pour the syrup over top. It's neater, but I like this rustic look, and it's just so much easier. And I swear this pie comes together in like 5 minutes, aside from baking the pie crust itself. So now we put this in the fridge and let it set up for at least 2 to 3 hours. And that's it. This is mainly strawberries with a little bit of that filling, that syrup, jello-y syrup. It is so good, you guys. You've got to try to make this. Perfect time to make it, Memorial Day weekend.